Hello, 423
Mm.
and 523 students. I decided to split these up into, well, I didn't really decide. I got cut off for apparently for being too verbose. Um, so the second thing I want you to focus on with Henry James is this fact that this is definitely a direct response to Romantic and Gothic literature. Um, the turn of the screw follows all of the hallmarks of a Gothic piece of literature in the sense that so first of all, in structure, this tale within a tale structure, where you're basically, you need to remember this, that what you're getting is someone reciting the contents of a diary, which is actually, what actually you're getting is even within, because the narrator is narrating someone else's story that he is narrating from a diary or a journal. So this tale within a tale within a tale thing is a way of encouraging the reader to suspend their disbelief. Weirdly, I mean, this shouldn't work this way. The more distance from the teller a tale gets, the less reliable it should be. But again, in a very psychologically real way, that's not really how it functions. Think about the way Star Wars begins with a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. It actually positions us into a place where the distance makes things seem somehow more plausible to us than if someone were just telling us the facts straight. Gothic also literature also deals with strange or grotesque events that have a psychological value, that tell us something about our deepest fears, those things that we repress, those things that we can't deal with, and it brings them out into the open. It deals with issues that are satanic. It takes evil seriously and explores the problem of evil and what is evil and what might be evil. And in this sense, whereas in a truly Gothic tale, what's evil might be discovered to be this outside, outward thing, like a devil or a ghost, or if it is a person, it's sort of this corruption of a person. In realism, evil is always located in us, and what we put into the world and what we do in the world. So this is a very realistic take on on the genre of Gothicism, and explores. Okay, well, um, I don't believe in ghosts. Henry James is saying, I don't believe in ghosts, but I believe that people are seeing them. I believe people are experiencing them. So what does this say about us? What are they really? Um, what is When we talk about evil? What are we really talking about? When we're talking about things we think are satanic, what are they? What does it really mean to be haunted, and what are we haunted by? And ultimately, I think his conclusion is that we're haunted by ourselves. Again, this is one person's take on this, and you should remember that there's a lot of textual evidence that there are actually real ghosts running around this mansion. But even then, remember, this is a story told by one person, then retold by another, and then retold to you. So if you ever play telephone tag, you can see how even those apparent facts might be questionable. For example, going back to Quint, when the governess describes Quint very accurately without ever having seen him, well, is that, remember, this is a retelling of that moment by the person who's trying to convince you that this actually happened. So, would she be motivated to fill in a detail, to make herself appear more believable? And do people do that? So, there may be some question about whether or not even what appear to be the facts of the story are necessarily reliable. And you have to look through a lot of that and try to find why is the find the source of the story. Why is the story being told? Why did this happen? Um, and I'm not going to give away the ending because the ending is pretty powerful. But even the way the author tells you what happened at the end is something you should be suspicious of. And if you look at films of this, and I made one available to you over at videos, you'll see that most people don't think that the governess's version of how of what happens at the end of the story is and why is one that we should trust. Okay, that's all I've got for you on Henry James. I hope these two videos were helpful. Please remember that there is a discussion board due Wednesday, a reading response due Friday. Also, make sure that you get a proposal to me for your term paper soon. Those were supposed to be due Sunday, but I forgot to remind you, which is entirely my fault, not yours. But so I pushed that deadline back to Wednesday. But please do get it to me by then. Those of you who have sent me proposals, you'll be getting feedback from those today and tomorrow. You're doing great. The responses have been great. I've really enjoyed reading your work. You're all pretty much keeping up with the class. I appreciate that. It makes my job easier than having to chase you down. And if you have any problems or concerns at this point, please feel free to let me know. Thank you.